Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching, email coaching, as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have a self-study mini course, Telepathically Connect with Your Specific Person. So if you guys are interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I wanted to approach the topic of manifesting a specific person slightly differently. And I wanted to do that because I've been noticing that most people who seem to have trouble manifesting their specific person, especially if it's been a long time, seem to feel that they are less than their specific person, at least on some level. So I wanted to devote today's video to talk to you guys about the power of self-acceptance, the power of accepting yourself, and how this can actually work wonders in helping you manifest your specific person. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So as I just mentioned in my intro, I've been noticing that most people who are having trouble manifesting their specific person, especially if they've been trying for a while, if they've been working on it for a while, and it's still not happening, all those people, or the vast majority of these people, on some level or other, feel less than their specific person in one way or another, or in many cases, in multiple ways. And how that manifests among different people obviously varies. So, for example, someone might feel that they're less than their specific person in terms of physical appearance. Someone else might think that they're not as accomplished as their specific person. Someone else might feel like their SP's personality is in some way or other superior to theirs. Someone else might think their SP is way more popular than they are, and so on. So today, I wanted to talk to you guys about the power of accepting yourself as you are right now, at this point in your journey, at this point in your life, and loving yourself unconditionally. And the reason why this is so important is because, as we've said many times, your specific person is a mirror of your own dominant inner states, your dominant inner energies, and your dominant assumptions about yourself, about life, about relationships, and so on. So if you have a person who is loving and accepting themselves unconditionally, what do you think their SP is going to mirror back? They're going to mirror back that same unconditional love and unconditional acceptance for you as what you've been giving yourself in terms of self-love and self-acceptance and unconditional acceptance. And of course, self-acceptance is a broad subject and it applies in many different ways. For example, for someone, it might have to do with their physical appearance. For someone else, it might have to do with how successful they perceive themselves to be. For someone else, it might have to do with how popular they perceive themselves to be among other people. Someone might not be so proud of certain traits in their personality, for example, and so on and so forth. Also, I see that so much in manifesting, within the manifesting community, and also in my manifesting clients, where you guys tend to beat yourselves up so much if you happen to fall off your state, if you happen to have negative or opposing thoughts about your manifestation, if you're having an off day or if you're having an off week. So many people feel anything from guilty and ashamed and critical and judgmental of themselves to beating themselves up, feeling like it's the ultimate disaster if they're having an off day. And so many of you are not actually accepting those parts of yourself that might be quote-unquote sabotaging your manifestation. And I know that I've talked about the ego mind a lot of times. I've talked about how it can sabotage a manifestation because it tells us all these lies and it presents us with all the perceived obstacles and perceived blocks to a manifestation. But at the same time, accepting all those weaker parts, if you will, within yourself, accepting that you're not just your higher self, accepting that you also have human parts and human traits, which are normal and natural in humans. And that yes, some days you might have an off day. Some days you might be having trouble with opposing thoughts and negative thoughts. Some days manifesting might feel like a struggle. Accepting all of that, in addition to accepting yourself as a whole and accepting where you are are in this part of your journey, at this point in your journey, and at this point in your lifetime is very, very important in your overall self-love and your overall self-acceptance. And it's so important because the more fully, the more wholly, the more completely you love yourself, the more wholly and fully and completely you are going to see your SP's love for you being reflected back to you. You want your SP to love you fully and wholly and completely, and to accept you fully and wholly and completely for who you truly are. So if you're rejecting those parts of yourself, those, let's say, weaker parts of yourself, and you're feeling ashamed of them, and you're beating yourself up for them, and you're not feeling worthy, and you're engaging in negative self-talk and shaming yourself and calling yourself stupid and I don't know what else, if your SP is your mirror, how can you expect them to love you fully and wholly and completely and to accept you wholly and fully and completely? So in order for your SP to accept you, in order for your SP to give you that full, complete, unconditional love that you are craving so much, you need to first give it to yourself by loving yourself wholly and fully and completely, and by accepting yourself, including your weaker parts, including your off days, including your off states, including those moments that you're not so proud of yourself, and basically learning to be gentle to yourself, to love yourself, to accept yourself, to embrace yourself for who you are, and to integrate all those parts of yourself, as opposed to rejecting them or trying to hide them or trying to be something else or something different, or beating yourself up for every little perceived mistake or every little perceived weakness, because you want your SP as your mirror that they are to actually reflect back that whole, full, unconditional, complete love towards you. So accept yourself first, and that is going to go a very, very long way in no longer feeling less than your specific person in any way, shape, or form. And once you do that, believe me, you are going to start watching miracles flowing in, including by how your specific person is showing up for you. This doesn't mean that if there's something that you feel you need to change within yourself, you don't pursue the self-improvement. You do. You do the inner work and you do the inner development, but you also allow yourself to have weaknesses, to have weak spots, to have off days, and you still love yourself and stand by yourself through all those moments, through all those days, through all those weaknesses. This is the key to others, including your specific person, loving you unconditionally for who you are and accepting you in your fullness, in your wholeness for who you are. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.